Now that brings me to the Vicious 21, obviously the 21st birthday this year, right?
Yep.
Was it on a particular month or?
It was over the last year. It was our 21st year. Yeah.
Now you brought out the release. You've got 21 remixes and 21 originals. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Take us through that with the remixes and the originals.
It's a big job.
Well, not song for song.
No, I meant just getting it together.
We felt that 21 years has been fabulous. We've had some great successes and some really exciting tracks. Some tracks have done moderately well, but we loved, and some tracks we've loved and they've done hugely well. So we thought, let's put what we believe is the 21 best tracks onto a compilation, and then we actually thought, let's give something more and let's remix them, which was a very big undertaking. So we got 21 remixes of what we consider to be our biggest tracks, and those remixes ranged from, house, sort of indie house remixes, right through to EDM banging remixes, right through to smoother house mixes.
Just to jump in for a second, all of the remixes are associated with the label now. Mm-hmm. So we didn't want it to be only about the past.
Yes.
We wanted it to be about
current artists as well.
Current artists, and looking to the future and having them rework, our history, because we're not a company that is about releasing old music.
No.
We're a company that releases new music.
Yeah.
Predominantly. So
that was important to us to focus on that, focus on what is new and what is exciting and what artists. And we've got artists, that were remixing. Skyden, one of the artists that we mentioned before.
Yes.
He was remixing Dirty South.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So and that was a big thing for him, but also creatively, that was an awesome moment for him to be touching a fantastic track from Dirty South. And putting his spin on it as a new artist for Vicious.
Yeah, great. And you're doing shows at the moment, or you have been doing shows over the past few months.
Yes.
I guess it would be like any sort of artist with a huge back catalogue. They go on the road. They have their fans that have always been there. You're gaining new fans all the time as well with older tracks as well as your newer artists.
Yeah, I mean we don't play like a whole set of old music, because again we're, as DJs and as the guys behind the label, we play new music all the time. We just play a selection of the things off the Vicious 21, and we may well do a Vicious 21 gig and we play just new tracks on the label.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, you mentioned about fans. We've got an artist called F Tampa out of Brazil, and I kid you not, every 24, 48 hours we would get another artist from Brazil saying, we love what you've done with F Tampa. Can you do that for my career? Because they've seen F Tampa rise from sort of a medium artist to an even greater artist based on Vicious's work with him, and he's now doing work with Hardwell and building his career even further and continuing to do stuff with Vicious, which is amazing. But we are gaining new fans in new countries based on those artists that we're helping develop. So it's a really exciting time, because who would have thought that someone that was signed out of Brazil ends up becoming large, and then all these kids in Brazil are like, I've got to be on Vicious, look what they've done for F Tampa. So it's amazing how things turn around out of just one artist, or Avicii's another artist. Avicii was a kid that I found in Sweden, in Stockholm in Sweden. After a gig, I went to his house and in this tiny little bedroom and tiny little computer, and he's played me some tracks, and I came back and said, John, we need to sign this kid, he's amazing, let's develop him. We didn't know he was going to be one of the biggest artists in the world.
Well, you never do, right? You never do. It's just one of those things, as you said, Vicious nurtures.
So we had a vision that he was a great artist, without any doubt. But there's a big difference between a great artist and a worldwide monster artist. And they only come along every few years. Your David Guettas, your Tiestos, your Avicii's. And we're very proud to be a part of one of the biggest artists in the world right now, and part of his development in his career. He's moved on to bigger and better things, which is awesome. But as a label, that's part of what we've developed. So we're very proud of that.